Hey, my name is Star. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to follow me on my social media. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Dude, did you hear about this medical condition that makes you immortal? Like, it is so cool. Like, hold on, I gotta show you the video. Alright, show me the video. Alright, let me just sit down with you. And let me go on to my TikTok. Let me search up OnlyJS for you. OnlyJS, and I found her. Ah, here it is. The purple-eyed people are immortal. Yeah, isn't that cool? And they never get sick, they never have periods. And yeah. Oh wait, her video's gone. Her video's gone. Dude, it was such a cool medical condition. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna stop you right there. Because the misinformation about albinism is causing me to stress eat. Alright, honey, now listen up. It is not that hard to do your damn research. Okay? So let's talk about misinformation in the disability community. Alright? First of all, people with purple-eyed people with albinism, yes, our eyes are purple. A lot of people keep saying that our eyes are blue. Our eyes are not blue. They are purple. They just look blue in certain lightings. But if you were to shine a bright light, our eyes turn a bit of reddish, pinkish, bluish, and purplish colors. And we have vision issues. And we have our periods. And if I were on my period, I would pull out my bloody damn tampon just to prove it on camera. Or show you a picture of like the period products I own. Actually, I have my handy bag here. And I also have some period products in my drawer. I don't have any period products in here right now. You wanna know why? Well, I'm not on my period, and I'm gonna get an IUD soon. We do have our periods. Yes, we do. We're not infertile. We have periods. We have a freaking uterus like everyone else does. Well, anybody who was born with, who was assigned female, who happened to have albinism. And as for our lifespan, the vast majority of us have a very average lifespan. Some of us actually have a shorter lifespan because certain forms of albinism are actually fatal. Because there are certain types that make the immune system weaker. There are certain types that cause your white blood cells to basically attack your body. OnlyJS. This is for you. Do your damn research before you post something. Like, I never found you problematic until now. And honestly, I lost a lot of respect for you. As a big creator, you should know better. You should really know better. If you're gonna talk about a topic that may be sensitive for certain audiences, such as a disability or mental health problem, or anything like that, do your research. It is not that hard. So yeah, I will show you guys my cane and how I use it, because albinism causes vision problems. You heard me right, vision problems to the point where it cannot be corrected, and I am blind for the rest of my life, and I cannot drive. Oh yeah, and sometimes I need help reading things. So I'll show you my motherfucking cane. This is my cane. It is a mobility aid. And I will talk about how to use my cane, but I will not show you guys the what's the word? Oh yeah, the tricks and like the cane skills on camera, because I know for a fact people could use that to fake a disability. Believe it or not, there are horrible people out there that impersonate disabled people to make fun of us. Which is why I will not be showing you guys specific cane routines, cane skills, or whatever. Because there are horrible people on the internet. And there are more horrible people now because of COVID. But I use my cane, I tap it on the ground, and I walk around with it. So that way, like, if I were like in public and I ran into a wall, I will know, because the tip is like not a tube, but if you were to look on the inside of a cane like this, there's a little tube in there. Well, actually, the whole thing is a tube. It's hollow on the inside, other than for the string that holds it all together. And you fold it back up to put it away. There are multiple other types of canes, but I will not get into that. If you guys want a video about the different types of canes and other types of mobility aids that people with disabilities use, like this video, and I'm putting my cane away, like this video, and if it gets to 50 likes, I will do that video. Now, that is what I use my cane for. My cane helps me pick up information that my eyes cannot. It uses my sense of touch instead of my eyes to help me, I guess, identify where I'm at and if it is safe or not. Now, let's talk about people touching me without consent. Now, you may be wondering, Star, why does this happen to visually impaired people more? Well, I will tell you. Alright, let's get into touching visually impaired people without their consent, or completely blind people. I'll just say visually impaired because that is my case. Visually impaired means that I am blind, however, I have very little vision. So glasses cannot correct my vision very much, however, it helps with light sensitivity. It actually helps keep my eyes from moving, which is kind of odd, and I didn't know glasses could do that with nystagmus. This is what nystagmus looks like. My eyes cannot stop moving because my muscles in my eyes are very, very weak. And if I were to attempt to keep them still for far too long, I will get a very massive migraine. So yeah, not fun. I will talk about the times I have been touched without my consent, even though people are trying to help me. So this happened very recently during work at my job. So my job coach had to use the bathroom. So I'm like, okay. And I was there in the aisle all alone. in Joann's cleaning up all the fabric. And this lady put her hands on me during COVID to help me with my work. And I said, thank you, but I'd really appreciate it if you get your hands off me, basically. Well, I said it a bit nicer the first time. But the lady kept putting her hands on me, being like, oh no, sweetie, you need help. And I gave her a death glare, and she walked away. You never touch a visually impaired person without permission, just like you don't put your hands on an able-bodied person without permission, especially during COVID. Now this still has me stressed out now because now I'm afraid I have COVID. But I honestly doubt I have it. So yeah, I have to deal with getting touched without permission because people think they're helping, but they're not. They're pissing me off is what they're doing. And yes, I have smacked some people for touching me without consent. And it makes me more angry when parents don't stop their kids from touching my mobility aid without consent. In fact, you should never touch anyone's mobility aid because that could actually be their lifeline. My cane, in a way, is my lifeline. It keeps me alive when I'm in public because whenever I'm in the street, cars will know to stop for me. Because if I didn't have my cane and I crossed the street, I could possibly get hit by a car and die. So yeah. That's one of the many characteristics of albinism is vision issues. I also have photophobia. What is photophobia, you may ask? Photophobia is sensitivity to lights like fluorescence or the sun. No, my room light is not a fluorescent. It is a LED light. LED lights are a much better alternative for visually impaired people because fluorescence causes people like me who have albinism to have massive migraines if we are around them for far too long. So yeah, photophobia is, simply put, light sensitivity. And yeah. So the misinformation that only JS did spread about albinism is 1, they are immortal, 2, they heal super fast, 3, they never get sick, 4, they never have their period, and 5, they are basically aliens. None of that is true. I am a human being. I am a Homo sapient, like everyone else who's watching this. Oh yeah, the 6th thing that's commonly spread, this isn't just by only Jace, it's in general. This piece of information's like very common to be, this misinformation's very commonly believed is either only black people can have albinism or only white people can have albinism. Which, again, not true. You could get albinism if you're Asian, Native American, Japanese, Chinese, whatever. You could get albinism. It just depends if you have the gene mutation. If both parents have the gene mutation of albinism, then your kid might get it. It does not matter about race. Another myth is that only girls have albinism. Not true. Boys get it too. In fact, most of my guy friends that I know that happen to be visually impaired also have albinism too. So, the misinformation. So much misinformation. And Lay's, if you're watching this, you better sponsor me because I love your product. But, like, spreading misinformation in the disability community is extremely harmful, especially for us. There's already enough harmful information about albinism, and only JS just made the problem worse. Because she is a huge-ass celebrity, okay? She has millions of followers on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and Twitter. Just... one thing I ask of you guys, the one freaking thing I ask for anybody who's gonna post things about medical shit is to get the right information. There is a official website for information on albinism, and there are also organizations that help spread the correct information about albinism. There's even a couple of famous YouTubers with albinism. However, I don't remember their names. And also, red eyes are not a thing. The red eye myth came from how rabbits have albinism. Rabbits do have naturally bright blue eyes normally. And when they have albinism, they usually appear crimson red. But usually the crimson red eyes usually only apply to animals. However, it is not the same for humans. We are not rabbits, okay? Albino people are not rabbits. Just, why? Like, it is not that hard to get the right information about a medical condition. It's not. And if you really want to know more about albinism, you should ask creators on the internet with albinism, such as myself. There's also a famous TikToker. Her name is Clarissa, I think, and she is African American, but she also has albinism. And a lot of people don't think she's black because of the myth. Only white people can have albinism, which again, not true. Black people can get it too. And some people try to say that I'm faking having albinism because black people can only have albinism, and I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, just why? It doesn't matter what race you are, you can get albinism. Like, come on, man. I mean, the myth in itself is very racist. So yes, there's a lot of racist misinformation about albinism. So yeah. So what's the moral of this video? Do your research, ask questions. Don't ask anybody who doesn't have albinism a question about albinism. Ask people who actually have the condition. And stop being a dumbass. Those are the three morals of this video. Sorry, it cut off. The video stopped recording because it ran out of time, basically. But yeah, do your research, please. Do your damn research. Like, come on. It is not that hard. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. And only JS, if you are watching this, do better.
Don't know why I said the things I said to you. Caught up in the moment, I was ignorant. I thought I had to make you see things from my side. Laying down my pride, I need to